Hello, friends and lovers. What's up? It's Haelian, and this is more Hades 2, of course. I mean, I don't know why you have to say the name of the game at the start of it, but here we are. We're doing YouTube Haelian only because I actually kind of strained my back a little bit, and so I just kind of need to be able to take breaks between the recording, so this is not from the stream, of course, then. I don't know. Can you tell? Can you easily tell when I'm on stream or not, besides, like, the chat missing or whatever? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, Aspect of Moros. We're going to take this out, and we're going to showcase probably the craziest damage that I've been able to attain in the game. Hopefully I don't have to, like, reset or anything like that. Here is the card setup here. This is sort of the speedrun build. If you missed it in my, like, double Hades run where we ran Hades 1 and Hades 2 back-to-back. This is going to be hopefully that same build, and we'll be able to showcase it, and if we can do it, it's going to be crazy. I had to double-check the cards because I was really confused for a second there. Anyway, just 12 Fear, I don't know, Valve Wandering, double a Fury, and just a small deadline. Hopefully I don't have to pause buffer too much. So what is the overall goal of this run? We're going to get Born Gain from Hera to start because it segues nicely into what we need later on, and then we're hoping for the Heart Throb or Heartbreakers from Aphrodite, whichever you want to call it, which spawn hearts for every 30 magic that you spend. And then we want to get the Sunny Disposition to a boon that triples those hearts, and then we want to get Bloodline from Hera. This is definitely a build that requires a lot of moving pieces, but in the meantime, hopefully it should be pretty good. It starts off, I guess you'd say, maybe like slightly slow, but Moros just feels really good right away. Like immediately it feels amazing, honestly. So we're gonna drop a Omega Special and then start spamming the attack, and then we're gonna wait for the enemies kind of spawning in for the next wave, and then we're gonna drop another Omega Special. Basically spend our time waiting for the enemies to spawn. That's when we use the Omega Special here. This isn't gonna be a speed run. We're just kind of gonna talk about it, what works and what didn't. I didn't really get to in the speedrun itself because there's just too many different things going on. We don't really need to palm Born Gain. The money is probably not necessary. I guess we're going to take it, though, because I don't really want to roll somewhere like there, I think, on those doors, you know? Because the odds of getting, like, a god we're interested in just aren't, like, crazy high on something like that. We could get a hammer. And then that would be about it, besides just like one of those gods that we need. And yeah, we do need a lot of things in terms of boons, so yeah, you want to be careful with the rolls for sure. Nothing special here. Let's go. I strained my back. I swear, whenever I play with like my nieces and nephews, I don't know what happens, but just playing hide and seek and crouching behind a couch is enough for my back to just feel like, man, really am old now, aren't I? You know, you never really escape it. I doubt we really need that money, but I'll take it anyway, I suppose. Max Magic is actually important here. That probably would have been a good thing to roll into, but you can't really turn down a hammy here, right? Plus, we were able to palm Born Gain 1, so it's not terrible, I guess, for now. Hopefully be okay. Magic will almost certainly be a problem of some kind at points in this run. But that's kind of what makes it cool. The goal is to eventually spend a crazy amount of magic to spawn lots of hearts. That is the ultimate goal here. These aren't great, really. I'm going to say it's Mega Spark. It could be... Yeah, all three of these are kind of mediocre. I actually don't know. I don't love Whirling Coil for some reason, but I don't know if I can explain why. Someone theorized that it might make the Omega Special last a shorter amount of time. I have no proof of that, but now I can't unsee it, you know what I mean? Now I can't unsee it. Let's try out Mega Spark. The distance doesn't really do anything, but the extra 30% damage is pretty good, of course. So we don't want either of these two gods. We want Apollo, Aphrodite, mostly. Maybe we'll settle for another Hera. Zeus is not who we want yet again. So I guess we're going to settle for another Hera for now. Let's see what we can do. So one tricky thing with this aspect, or probably like all the torch aspects, is the fact that the way I have to play in order to try to play really well, I have to move my pointer finger over the cast button. Oops, sorry, forgive me. Over the cast button so that I can hopefully drop the cast while still channeling the attack. But you have to keep holding down the attack button, right? It's not easy, you know what I mean? So we do want Bloodline, but you don't really want it this early. And I don't mind filling in a slot. The cast is probably not the most ideal one. Weirdly, attack and special boons are just really not that important here. I think for now we do just fill in a slot, get half of origination popping, and then we'll kind of see. Pray that we get one of the 2 gods that we need. Apollo is good for the other half of origination. We will have plenty of boons by the end of the run, but, you know, normally you don't have to, like, rush getting this combination going on, but I'm still a little bit in speedrun mode. We'll go to the shop here. So I can't help but, like, think about it a bit. Poseidon is back again. Okay. We're going to take the max magic. I really don't want to spend money on Poseidon. And we don't really want to palm anything either, so... yeah, here we go. We got lots of max magic, at least, to help us out early on. This way, it wouldn't feel bad if I did get kind of forced into another Hera boon soon. And that way we could take Bloodline, I think, now. Now we got kind of enough, but you still have to be very careful with how you spend your money. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's see, we got $100 over here. Timer should be fine for that. I'm not worried. If there's one thing, like, I wish I could go back and somehow fix, although I don't know if I could really fix it, it's my posture. Oh my god, it's horrible. And it stemmed from, you know, being a kid and just not sitting right. It's simple as that. That's honestly where it all comes from for me. And I think that's kind of worked its way into my adult life now, where, you know, I just lean over in everything that I do. And then I probably pick up every single thing with really bad posture as well. Bad form, I guess, is what you'd call it, right? Every single little thing. Like, I have no idea how to actually do it correctly. And I know we're going to sit here and say, just do this, just do that. I try. It's impossible. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Legitimately. Like, oh, use your ab muscles. Like, okay. I mean, I don't feel anything there, you know? Alright, I guess we're going to get more Hera. We really just want to make sure the combination comes online, so I'm not too worried about, like, how quick our run is or anything like that. Rousing Reception. No. Nexus Sprint, also no. I don't want to roll a lot. Okay. Honestly, any rarity on the Bloodline. So this makes it so that our Omega attacks use 15 more magic apiece. Which means that when we channel our Omega attack, it went from costing 3 magic per attack to 18, and watch it drain. Like crazy, right? Like crazy. We're going to see if we can get any of the gods offered here, please. Anyone? More Hera. I don't... yeah, we can buy. Yeah, we can buy. Look at the money, right? I might just fill another slot here, too, then. Is it Bloodline? Bloodline itself isn't going to deal a crazy amount of damage. It'll probably be okay. Born Gain again, I'm not really convinced is the way to go, but maybe it also is. I'm not sure. Give me a Bloodline. I'm willing to fill another slot here. Namely the attack or the special. Ooh, kind of bad. I don't want to spend rolls, though. Rolls are a premium, so we'll just take Hereditary Bane, I guess. Her attack is kind of fine. You know, we don't really need the, we don't really need the hitch effect from that because we had it from the cast instead, right? I gotta be careful and stop using our Omega attack very often. I'm being a bit careful here, especially with the magic spend. Okay, send her back. Borg is there, very nice. This is an interesting setup here, because it's kind of unique on its own. I mean, the Heartthrobs are very powerful in terms of, like, the meta for, like, high heat, high speed, etc. They're definitely very popular right now. to be kind of utilized. I wouldn't be surprised if they get bonked a little bit. I hope not too much. I think it's an interesting mechanic, so I hope they don't totally rework it at the least. I'd be understanding if they decided to lower some of the numbers. Like the scaling is kind of crazy for them. Okay, we should start with Aphrodite's keepsake. Okay. Hydrolite, nah, we don't need it. We'll be okay. Nothing else we really need. So now we want to pray that we get the heartthrobs really quickly here. And even before Sunny Disposition, they'll help out a lot. Are we gonna get Apollo naturally? Or are we gonna have to put his keepsake on? There's a high chance we'll have to put his keepsake on either way. Now that I think about it, in Morning Fields. If you don't get one of the two gods early enough. Okay, here we go. Well, now, it's nice to have, oh god, gotten it before, before the mini-boss, because the mini-boss is kind of a guaranteed other boon for the biome. Alright, please, don't hurt us, remember to rarefy. Oh my golly god, yes, thank you. So at common, this is only 120 damage, so it's a massive difference, you know? And the palms actually hit it up really good, too. Alright, I guess we'll do Chaos here. So now we really want Apollo. The odds aren't super high to just get him offered, even on a mini-boss door now, because we already have 3 out of the 4 gods. That's a bit too spicy. Boon rarity? Should help us get the duo boons that we want, right? Duo boon, I guess you should say. And we can probably do without money for a bit. Zeus is not who we want, so we'll visit the shop instead. Now all the palms want to go into the Heartbreakers. Sion's not who we want. Selene does work surprisingly well. I mean, not surprisingly. In that it'll come up super often, right? Spending magic is not going to be a problem, but it's more so like you're kind of just killing the momentum by casting a hex so frequently, right? Especially something like Darkside, but Total Eclipse kind of works in that sense, right? You can like borderline spam it. Let's increase our max magic by going this way. If you buy that from the shop, it does not increase your max magic, I'm afraid, though. The hunt is on. Now, there's some hammers that are quite strong that decrease the magic cost of your attacks and specials, but they're often still worth it here, especially for the Omega attack. It's called Clean Candle, just because it makes you channel your Omega attack so much faster. Okay, there we go. Artemis can help us. There's lots of good things from Artemis. Come on. Hello? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen her in this tiny, tiny room. Silver Streak is quite strong. I can't judge Death Warrant. It's impossible for me to know how good it is. I don't think First Blood is that bad either, honestly. But I think Silver Streak is actually weirdly strong. I've probably talked about it a lot, to be honest. After you dash, your Omega moves deal more damage for 2 seconds. So it wouldn't affect Heartbreakers. Yeah, it's probably not right then. That's where most of the damage is going to be. So we've already seen the shop. I don't think a mini-boss could be on any of these doors, even if we unlock them. But Narcissus could, so I guess I'm willing to unlock. If a mini-boss was one of those doors, then all the doors would be major rewards. Nectar is obviously better to pick up, too, if I have to randomly palm something here. What do we got there? Okay, yeah, we'll just take the Nectar then. Like how I didn't use Eclipse even once there in that engagement. I'll remember one of these days. And another one, okay. Feels like the number of minor finds in this biome feels like weirdly high. Maybe it's just because like the first zone it feels like you get so much stuff, and then here you kind of are left to your own devices almost. And that's it, huh? So obviously you don't want to roll, I say obviously, but you don't want to roll this one random door. It could be one of a dozen things. So we're going to have to put on Apollo's keepsake. Oof. So this luck is actually not that good just because we're not set up for even getting Sunny Disposition anytime soon. Oh, not palming the hearts is really bad luck. Come on. I was willing to roll it. Neither of those two random palms hit the Heartbreakers either. Just, I mean, that's not that bad of luck, right? But not even letting it appear there is pretty spicy. So we don't have origination yet. We don't have an attack boon. All we have is these Heartbreakers and Bloodline, really. Okay, let's make sure we don't overspend. Let's call this crap down, shall we? Oh, kaboom! Oh, they're all dead. Holy crap. There we go, and she's donezo. I mean, that's pretty strong considering when you look at our loadout, right? I bet that looked pretty nasty considering, like, we just don't really have that much, right? But just even a single heartthrob for every 30 magic is still pretty strong.
A lotus flower.
Let's see. So now it's just Apollo's keepsake. His attack, special, or dash all work to try to get it. Nah, I'll skip all that stuff. I think we're still not earning money. So I'm probably going to have to be a little careful now with our dough. Yeah, definitely not good rewards. Like, practically anything but this stuff would have been much more useful. Alright, you just kind of get it. When it's not ready, I'll just take the more power for it. Kind of fun, right? Whoop. Okay. Nemesis is here to make this encounter super slow. We actually don't earn money for this encounter, but I don't think she actually hands over the money until after it's over, at which point the Chaos Curse is already considered over as well, I think. I kind of always forget about that a little bit. Nemesis actually winning here by a lot. Don't let her win. Okay. It was a tie, which I think counts as a win for us. Which is rather kind of them. Oh, we actually did not get the money. Because the reward triggered... Oh, there was nothing we could have really done about that because we didn't even know it was Nemesis in there. Oh, no, that's unfortunate, huh? I mean, we'll be alright, but... We'll be alright. Alright, we'll let... I was going to say, we'll try to let the Eclipse get whatever's going to be up there. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Give me the money.
I think I'm finished here.
Get them stuck over there. Let me out. Oh! I don't know why I got shocked by that. Like, of course it's going to be Apollo, right? Oh, she got me. The frustrating part about her hitting you there is the fact that she will stop you from channeling there. It's a bit messy. I'm not gonna lie. 40% overtime on that boss is just kind of a nightmare. I mean, the attack is good. Who else is... How else can we get origination going? Yeah, you really don't want to roll here. So we're just gonna take the attack. The attack is strong, but if most of the damage is gonna come from the Heartbreakers eventually, then it's just kind of not the priority. It'll still definitely help a lot. But at this rate, the build is a bit behind. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is it. So, Heartbreakers probably aren't going to be the top source of damage, is what I'm saying. Boom. That easy. Boom. That easy. The build is 100% online, besides, proccing origination with 2 curses. Let's see. Oh, speaking of 2 curses, you get blinding sprint from going right, but the hammer's on the left, huh? I think origination is honestly more important. The hammers are nice to have, but they weirdly don't feel that required in this build. Hestia doesn't really do anything. Probably just throw her on the special for more easy originations, is what I'm thinking. I know, it feels kind of wild. I like the hammers. They definitely help, but not as much as 50% damage, is what I'm going to say. Right? So now, how you play is actually a little bit different, in that you almost... It's a bit weird in... this zone still, I'll say. Okay, stop messing me up. So I almost want to spend magic like crazy to spawn the hearts, but they despawn at between enemy encounters here, so it's a bit of a nightmare. There we go.
That's one down.
And then we'll go this way. Here we go. Have that. We'll get the special from her, because I don't really care that much about the damage. So watch our magic get drained here pretty quick. Okay, better be careful. But now I have a bunch of hearts, right? So now I can kind of just finish off all the enemies by running into them. Nice, huh? God, I love it. I love it. Oh, no. So this makes me spend even more magic. But only when I use the Omega Special. It's interesting.
Sure.
I don't know if it's really that important, though, at this point. I don't know, maybe it's okay.
A sorrow spiller.
Okay. This is the last encounter, so we can go hog wild on the magic. Oh, dear God, that's disgusting. This is the kind of build where Cerberus just goes down like a punk, you know? Palms would be really nice on the Heartbreaker. Hermes could help a little bit, but not a ton of bit. Just a little bit. We wound up with plenty of rolls, though. Nimble Mind just to channel faster would be really nice. Is the thought here. What do you got for us now? Nimble Mind, 20%. Boom. Easy.
The pace.
Easy. I think we're going to have a pretty good time here, then. We'll see if we can get, like, big palms and everything. All right, so now I don't even mind that much. Goodbye. If our special stops working. So, or rather, if our special falls off, I should say, start channeling really early. Jump in. Good night, Cerberus. Oh, man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. Because, like, the attack is doing a lot of damage, and then you're spawning these heartthrobs are dealing, like, over 400 damage apiece, like, every second, or possibly every even half second. However often you're using your Omega attack, right?
Fields, at least.
So now, here's where you could choose to be cheeky and get even more damage with, like, White Antler. But it's just, like, total overkill, you know what I mean? And it's so dangerous. Hold on, what's Evil Eye set to? Dang, I would have put that on for you. Metallic Droplet is actually really nice just to channel and strike 20% faster. Get those Omega Specials out sooner. Get the Omega attack up and running sooner. So that's typically what I end up doing here most of the time. Even that's not, like, super worth it.
Here goes.
But, yeah, sure, we'll grab it. So, Origination, easy on. Usually, if I do a run like this in speedrun format, I actually don't really care who winds up on the attack or special, if I even gonna fill it at all. It requires so many different moving components that the attack or special are pretty low priority. Usually, if I do fill in a slot for it, it's for the purposes of origination more than anything. So this first chamber here in Tartarus, like, takes forever to spawn all the enemies. There does appear to be a limit to number of hearts, and enemies can kind of eat more hearts than they actually needed to get killed. So that can happen. I'm not going to bother to do more money here, I think, but I'll take rooms that have more palms. Oh, maybe I should have rolled it then. I could have rolled it for y'all. We could have gotten crazy palms going on here. But yeah, the one thing, so I'm still on Grill Tank 1.0 here at the house. The first propane tank we ever bought for our grill. And I had no idea how long they last, really. I know, I'm just really abrupt segue into grilling. I had no idea how long a propane tank should last me. So, I was like, okay, well, we should probably have a backup tank, but let's see how long this one lasts first to get an idea or something like that. That way we can rotate out whenever one empties, but we'll never be totally out. And of course, I hosted a get-together with friends, 12 people, and it was going to be, you know, Grill City, Grill Nation, and everything like that. I get through, like, the appetizers, essentially, for grilling. Boom, out of propane. Oh, man. So then I have to frantically go in the house, because it's not like a quick drive to go grab a propane tank. It's like 40 minutes to the nearest place where I can get propane. I have to go inside, and I'm frying hamburgers and hot dogs on the stove, which just feels wrong for some reason. I mean, I do it all the time for myself, but for some reason it feels wrong with like a lot of guests in the middle of the day at like 5 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? And then I have to explain to everyone, it's like, what happened to the grill? What happened to the grill? It's like, oh, I ran out of propane. Wife even told me. She literally told me in the 24 hours leading up to that, you know, we should probably have a backup tank or something. And I'm like, it's fine. You know, like, what are the odds I'm going to run out of propane during the big shindig, you know? What are the odds? Apparently the odds weren't that bad. We don't host often, but one thing I have noticed is as a host of a get-together, you're often not really able to take part in the festivities, right? Major downside as a host. Because you're just busy with, like, you know, especially if you're cooking, forget about it, you know? If you're hoping to play a game of cards with everybody, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Yeah, what about the Apollo Legendary here?
Unpunished.
I don't think it would really do anything. I'm trying to think of any other boons. Extra dose. Don't really care about dazzling display. Send them back, baby. Holy God. Prominence flare. Guess extra dose here, right? This chamber in particular appears to have more gold pots, huh? Yeah, second ham. Sure, we'll do it. I'm not going to bother with the Strove, though. That's where I draw the line. But the party went well. Everyone was very complimentary. Their understanding of the lack of grilling.
In we go.
You know, the house just smells like cheeseburgers because I had to make so many. Not an inverted spark. I hate it. Boiling coil we already discussed, so I think it's triple helix. We actually didn't even get, like, the best hammers, really. Not gonna bother with a trial, I think. Maybe I should have rolled that door, too. Probably. Now, of course, is the time that I get, like, a bunch of extra doors. Some runs, like, I'm, like, praying for extra doors, and I never get them. Of course, the one where I don't really need them that much. Here we go. Now, we're gonna roll this to try to get the heartthrobs. Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, it's a massacre. Sweet Jesus. So these hourglass guys will eat up your hearts, by the way, of course. The stupid, sand pits, sand bubbles, whatever you want to call them. Uh-oh. Come on. There it is. There it is. 478 per heartbreaker. Maybe we can get another one. Maybe we can get another one here. I don't recognize the chambers enough to say, like, how many exits each one has quite yet, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. The difference between 300 hours and 3,000 hours in games. Oh, I got caught, actually. Hey, guys, relax, would ya? We done? We donezo. Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Hit him up again, baby. But you see what I mean? Like, White Antler adding 30% crit rate, I'm not so certain that would even do a whole lot. Like, it won't make these chambers that much more impressive, really. Against Chronos, it might be more apparent. I'll admit. Maybe. Maybe, you know, we'll see. Okay, here we go. Don't fool me now. Don't mess with me. Okay, you're messing with me. I don't think Bloodline's really worth it. Again, 536 damage per heartthrob. And that's all she wrote. Okay, we got money here, so... Dang, no more palms, huh? That's sort of what I was hoping for.
Might protect you, my lord.
125. Okay. Save breath does nothing. I guess a greater evasion.
Accept this message.
Controlled burn we could consider. Never inflict scorch for the first time. Inflict more. Definitely not the attack swap. Glowing cold does nothing. I mean, that doesn't really do much either. I wonder about the legendary being possible here. That would be kind of crazy because it would increase our magic consumption by even more. Oh my god, it is possible. No way.
The fates won't mind.
Okay, not quite. Not quite what we want. It's pretty bad, too. Oh, I did try, though. I did try, you gotta admit. Applying days a different way doesn't really do anything. Sun Worshipper is kind of bad, too. Actually, I think you really don't want Sun Worshipper here. Because your friend here can actually eat up your hearts. And so I think you very specifically don't want it. If you actually run into your friend, basically, then it'll eat up all whatever hearts you have around you. And you gotta be careful, because the invulnerability bubbles that Chronos has in between phases here will actually eat your hearts, too. Okay, my buddy. 1. I'm just gonna get rid of those guys. Now, I have to be careful with magic here, because it's very possible... bonk... to overspend your magic and just run out in this situation. If you were really trying to go as quickly as possible, you'd probably spend magic ahead of time, and then just run into Chrono in between phases. Maybe we'll try to finish him like that. Oh, I could have resisted it. Okay, there we go. Let's spend as much magic as we possibly can. Oh, no, 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 dash wrong way. There he goes. Wish I didn't dash the wrong way at the end there, but holy crap, the damage. The filthy, filthy damage, huh? Disgusting. This is probably the most disgusting build in the game right now. Like, Charon Axe is really strong, but I think this particular combination is just so flashy and cool. It's probably the easiest way, because there's not a lot of ways to spend that much magic that quickly other than with the torch like this. So Heartbreaker, level 8, Insanity, absolutely disgusting. After that, yeah, I mean, Bloodline just to spend the magic is really all we had. Heartbreaker did wind up on top, surprisingly. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I am genuinely surprised by that. And the regular attack to the most, which is the explosion from the aspect in particular. But yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any ideas for runs, make sure you let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. And I'll see you in the next video.